Hello Kitty Queens and Kitty Beauty Tees. I'm back with another client tutorial. As y'all can see, we got a lot going on. We got burgundy brows, sunset eyeshadow, and we just about to step right into it. So I'm starting this tutorial off by cleaning my model's face. Y'all should already know this how I start all my tutorials. And now I'm just gonna be giving y'all a quick little tutorial on how I do burgundy eyebrows, because I wanted her eyebrows to match her braids, y'all, and they match them perfect. So right here I'm just outlining her brows, and to outline them I'm using my Nicka K eyebrow pencil, and this one is in the shade dark brown. Once I have the brows perfectly outlined, I'm just going to start filling them in, and I'm going to begin filling them in with this same eyebrow pencil, but I'm making sure I brush them in as lightly as possible, because right now I'm going on top of the pencil with this plum colored eyeshadow. Notice how I said plum, y'all, so it's more of a deep purple than it is red. That's important. It's more of a deep purple than it is red, but I'm alternating between that eyeshadow and the pencil, and I'm really using it on top of the pencil just to deepen up the color a little bit. Now I'm taking a bright red eyeshadow, as red as you can find it, and I'm using it to fill in the front. And once you made it to the front, you're only going to need the bright eyeshadow. You're not going to need the pencil anymore. So you're only going to be using the pencil and the plum eyeshadow for the back of the brows, and once you made to the front, all you need is the red. I hope this makes sense to y'all. If it doesn't, I'll just make a tutorial separately on how I did this. I was trying to speed it up just because when you're doing colored brows, it takes a little time, okay? Especially if you would like it to be a certain shade like I did. But as you can see, I have both the brows filled in. Now I'm just gonna clean them up, and to clean them up I'm using my Nicka K concealers. First, I'm going in with concealer shade number 4, and I'm gonna be using this to clean up underneath her arch. Once I've created a crisp line underneath her arch, I'm just going to buff out that concealer, and for the remainder of the way, on the top and the bottom of her brows, I'm just going to be using the concealer shade number 9. Now that the bottom of her brows is clean, I'm just going to take my buffing brush and use it to buff out the concealer. Y'all, I really think I deserve a pat on the back or a cookie or something, because I killed this look. And I don't know if you've been keeping up with my channel. If you haven't, you should definitely subscribe. Like, what are you doing? Go subscribe right now and turn on your post notifications. But if you have, then you know that I have been giving y'all client tutorials back to back, and not only have I been uploading consistently, I have been giving y'all different models, and they have all been so perfect. I hope y'all are enjoying this diversity as much as me, because I feel like I'm killing it. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I feel like I'm killing it. So I'm just going to continue to do this other eyebrow, and y'all can keep watching this bomb tutorial. Make sure you tell your friend, tell your dad, tell your mom. And by the way, y'all, the model that I did in this video, she actually made a TikTok with this look. So if you would like to see the TikTok, feel free to go to my Instagram. I will also have her social media in the description box down below if you would like to follow her on anything. I would have included it in this video, but I didn't want to get copyrighted for anything, so to avoid that, I'm just going to post it on Instagram so y'all can see it there. So the brows are done. Now I'm just going to be basing her eyes, and for an eyeshadow base, I'm going to be using my Bperfect eyeshadow primer. As you can see, I applied it all over her lids. Now I'm just buffing it out using that same buffing brush that I used to buff out her eyebrows. Before I move on to the eyeshadow, I'm just going to set her brows using my dermablend translucent powder, and then I'm just going to show y'all a few things that were sent to me for today's video. First off, I received these brushes, but as y'all can see, these are more of detailed brushes. They really weren't blending brushes, so I didn't really use them in today's tutorial. But I also received this palette with this beautiful color scheme. So to begin this tutorial off, I'm just going to be going in with these two shades. First, I'm going in with the red one, and I'm just going to be packing this on the outer edge of her eye. You can find all of these products at RohCosmetics on Instagram. I will have their information in the description box down below, because as y'all can see, I created a bomb look with these products, okay? But now I'm taking that second shade that I pointed out, and I'm just using it on a blending brush, and I'm using it to blend out the first shade that I used. Next, I'm taking this burgundy shade from a different palette. This step is optional, but I'm just applying it to her crease because I wanted it to be a little deeper. Before I start applying her lid shades, I'm going to be taking a little bit more of that base, and I'm just using it to clean up her lids / brighten them up a little bit. This step is also optional. You really don't have to do this, but I know I wanted the lid shades to be very pigmented as they could be, and since the colors that I'm using are kind of light, I just wanted them to really pop out. For her lids, I'm going to be taking this matte yellow along with this shimmering yellow, and I'm just going to be mixing the two together. First, I'm going in with the shimmering yellow, and I'm applying it to the inner corners of her eye. Now I'm taking the matte yellow, and I'm just going to be applying this halfway onto her lids. I'm going in with this orange shade, and I'm going to be using it to fill in the remainder of her lids. For the glitters, I'm going to be using these two shades. They also came from RohCosmetics along with their adhesive. It comes in this beautiful packaging, y'all. I went ahead and applied an adhesive on her lid, so now I'm just going in with the glitter and pressing it onto the eyeshadow. I'm taking the yellow glitter and I'm just placing it everywhere that we place the yellow eyeshadow, and then I'm going to be taking the orange one and applying it right behind it. To finish up this eyeshadow, I'm just going to be lining her eyes using my black Wet n Wild liquid liner. Now I'm just taking a random black eyeshadow. You can use any one that you want, but I'm just using it to fade out the end of my liner. Moving on to the face, I went ahead and cleaned / moisturized her face off camera. Now I'm just priming her skin using my calamine lotion. For her foundation, I had to mix together two different shades. One of them is from Fit Me, that's the one I'm going in with now, and the other one will be from Makeup Revolution. Y'all, I was trying to find her perfect shade because she has one of those like in between skin tones that you'll probably have to use two shades with just to match on an everyday basis. So yeah, I was just trying to see if they blended together well, and they did. So as you can see, I'm just pressing them into her skin using this foundation brush. The details and the shade names on this foundation will be in the description box down below. To highlight her face, I'm going in with my Nicka K concealer, and I believe it's in the shade number 4. Now I'm just going to blend this concealer out using the same brush that I used to blend out her foundation. I'm going to let the concealer sit a little under her eyes, and I'm just going to proceed to contouring. To contour her face, I used my Juvia's Place foundation stick, and it's in the shade Casina. This is my absolute favorite shade to contour with, y'all. I don't know what it is, but I love this shade. I recommend all y'all go get it. Last but not least, I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm using it to blend out the concealer under her eyes. To set the highlighted areas of her face, I'm going in with my Fit Me pressed powder, and it's in the shade Pure Beige. Now I'm just taking an eyeshadow from my Fantasy palette. You can find it on Amazon, and I'm just using it to bronze up her face. To set the remaining areas of her face, I'm going in with my Fit Me pressed powder, and this one is in the shade Toffee. She actually had plans this day, so I decided to go ahead and bake the highlighted areas of her face just to make sure that the longevity of the makeup was good. So to bake her face, I'm using my dermablend translucent loose powder, and now I'm just working on her under eyes. So first I'm lining her waterline using my black gel liner. I'm taking this shimmering white eyeshadow from my Fantasy palette, and I'm just applying it to the inner corners of her eyes and a small amount on her lower lash line. Now I'm just taking that foundation brush and I'm using it to buff in all the baking powder. To finish off her eyes, I decided to go in with a thin lash strip and apply it on top of her individuals just to thicken them up a little bit. Taking another shimmering eyeshadow shade from my Fantasy palette, and I'm using it to highlight her face. Now it's time to do these lips, child. Y'all already know I decided to do a new lip, and I feel like if you watch my videos you should already know my combination, but just in case you knew, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I do. So first I'm lining her lips, and to line her lips I'm using my LA Colors dark brown eyebrow pencil, and since I am doing an ombre lip I'm gonna outline them first and then go back in and fill in the corners of her lips with that same lip liner. And then for the center of the lips I'm just going in with this new lip gloss from Absolute New York, and I'm just going to be blending this into the liner. Once I am finished blending out the liner, that'll basically be the finished look, and we'll be getting into the grand reveal, so I'm just gonna let y'all watch. Okay.
Are you ready to see? Yep. Oh, they gonna hate on this. They gonna hate on this. Ooh, hold on, my eyebrows pink. They match your braids.
I'm live. I'm cute. Ooh, I like this. Yeah, I gotta have a photo shoot.
They match your braids.
This is so cute.
They ain't seen nobody who eyebrows match with their hair like this.
It's the eyeshadow for me.
Okay.
It's the eyeshadow for me. And that's on who? Mary Had a Little Lamb. Period.
As y'all can see by the reaction, this tutorial was a success. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram for more content. Bye bye, queens.